Tuesday, June 21st, 2022. Today on the Daily Review, again, we discuss Gangs of Wasseypur Part 2 with your host, me, Professor Joe LaRocca. I almost knocked my glasses off there when I did the number 2 symbol. Okay, this is amazing. This is so good. I had to do it again here because the audio sounded all weird for some reason, and I'm so sick of this thing not working. It really bugs me. Should be perfect by now, but no. Every once in a while, the effect works. The effects come on, even though they're not on. Anyway, let's talk about it. I loved the first part. I love the second part even more. People were right. I liked it even more. That Nawazuddin Siddiq is amazing. That's like my new favorite actor. He reminds me of Christopher Walken, especially in the first part of this, first part of part 2. When he's really high all the time, his eyes look so amazing, and he seems like Christopher Walken in the second half of Deer Hunter, and he's all like, just completely lost it. I love it. I also like, I'm just gonna say it. This is the best and closest thing I've seen to the original Godfather. Because it's got so many of it's got like a lot of themes and stuff, but it's different, but it's huge and like multi-generational, and there's a lot of twists and turns, and they're just so elegantly made and just on point with their cinematography, their direction, their acting, their editing, all the major ingredients that make a movie. I mean, the cinematographer in this is so good. I wrote it down. Rajiv Ravi. It's so effortless. He can just kind of flow in and out of a scene, and handheld or still, and it's still, everything is composed correctly. It's just effortless. And a lot of that probably has to do with the editing too, piecing it all together. And I don't think that this is too long. I think it's as long as it should be. I think that especially in the few moments where they really spend time on something, it just starts feeling so important. It's great. And you're like, I love what the director, how do you say his last name? Yashkip? That's probably wrong. Well, he's a genius, so I'm going to learn his name, obviously. I love like what he chooses to show and what he chooses not to show is so interesting, which is really basically the job of the director. And in this one, we kind of it's basically the whole story is about a gangs, it's gangs of Wasseypur. No, but you know what I mean. In terms of the kind of cyclical nature of gang violence, where you're just kind of pushing in for power, and then somebody kills somebody, and then there's retaliation. But what you realize in this, better than even The Godfather, is it's not a circle. It's not a cycle. It's a spiral going down, because it just gets worse and worse and worse and more violent, and just more bigger body count, and just complete loss of, there's one part where he's like, I got pulled into this quicksand. Like, what the fuck? Like, look at how deep we are now. It's just because of this little thing that started it all. It's so cool. Like, it's sad, but the depiction of it all is so smart. And it, like, for a 5.5-hour movie, it crackles, man. I watch movies where, like, whatever, like Spiderhead or whatever, 20 minutes into that movie, I was like, I couldn't give a fuck. 3 hours into this, I was like, I never want it to end. It's like a good novel or something. I also like, so we're basically following Faisal a lot, Khan, in this, who's the third in the generation of people being killed by the Ramadir. And what I think is so cool about his character is that his character's like Fredo. It's like if Fredo had to do the things that Michael has to do. It's like if Fredo and Michael were the same character, which I think just makes it, just adds another level of interesting fascination on top of all of it. I love it. I'm going to have to watch all Nawazuddin Siddiqui's movies, because, man, he really transforms. Like, I'm not taking anything away from him by saying that, but it's like goes from John Cazale's role all the way to Michael's role, where Michael just goes from Michael to a little bit stronger Michael, and Fredo goes from weak Fredo to slightly weaker Fredo. It's like an even bigger jump. That's what I think is so impressive about this. Then there's one part where kind of the godfather of this movie, Ramadir, is just gives this little speech as an indictment of film, like what he does. And he's like, I saw a film once when I was a kid, and it's not good because everybody was trying to be like that person. Everybody fell in love with the girls and stuff, and then I realized everybody was trying to be the star of their own movie, thought their life was a big movie, and that they were the most important part. And the only reason I'm still here is because that's not how I think about my life. And you go, oh, shit. And then you realize the movie's been doing that the same way. Like, this character's been here the whole time from the very, very beginning. But we're focusing on different characters, you know? It's so fascinating. What a cool movie, man. I highly recommend it. It's the best. It's the best of the best. I don't know. Let's not go that far, but it is really good. Let me see if there's anything else I want to say. Oh, the music is awesome. I'm definitely going to get the soundtrack, both the score and then like the songs, like the pop songs or whatever you want to call them. Just so good, so catchy, and I like that they kind of like. I was reading about how some of them are like adaptations of folk songs that kind of have naughty lyrics and stuff. It's so good though, and it fits the vibe so well. I don't know. I wish there were more. I wish this was like a TV show that had more seasons, you know, because I just fall in love with the environment and the world they created. I highly recommend it if anybody wants to watch something really good. You have to rent it unless you have a VPN, or if you're a naughty boy or girl, you can get it different ways on the internet. But yeah, you can. If you have to rent it for a few bucks or whatever, I recommend it. Or if you have to buy it for like $10 on DVD or Blu-ray, I also think that you probably will have not wasted your money. And if you are unhappy with the movie, I'll reimburse you. Will not reimburse you. Okay, so I went to the zoo yesterday with my niece, and I want to show you some videos of some animals. Here's a turtle. I don't know about this. I mean, it's good. It's some sort of aquatic turtle. It's not a red-eared turtle. I can't remember. I think it's called like a rock. It's kind of a small zoo.
See,
here's an American river otter. If you're in another country, maybe you have some sort of similar animal. This is called an American river otter, though. What's cool about this zoo is that they don't have tons of animals, but all the animals seem like really happy, you know, because there's just like they get a lot of attention and their environments are big, and they also are like it's appropriate. It's like when we used to go to the zoo when I was a kid, they had like an elephant and a giraffe. Really
Man, they're adorable.
You know? But I think that this zoo is like, they really calmed it down, and it's just animals that are like, yeah, we love it here. And one of their monkeys only has one arm. So, well, I guess I should say something first before I play this. Not safe for work. Anyway, so we get to the turtle exhibit, and this is happening. And I'm with my 7-year-old niece. And all the kids are like, they're wrestling. He's trying to get a piggyback ride. And then right when we were leaving,
Hey, which one do you think's winning?
when we were leaving, some little boy goes, "They're making eggs." And Rosie was like, "What's happening?" I was just like, "I don't know, Rosie, but I wouldn't be surprised if next time we come here, there's 3 turtles." Okay, I will stop showing you this stuff. Okay, and then there's just a picture of me they had all these Lego exhibits that were really cool that I kind of think Rosie was more into. But this was like, I think, what does it say there? 71,000 pieces there. Pretty awesome. Anyway, yeah, if you got to watch a 5.5-hour movie, make it this one. I give it an A, just like I did last time, but I continue with the A-ness. Did it come up or what? Continue with the A-ness? that came out wrong. Anyway. I love it. I'm going to watch tons of movies by this and shows. I get this director's got a bunch of shows, and I have downloaded Ship of Theseus. Someone recommended that because it's by the same guy who did Tumbad, which I watched but never reviewed, thinking that nobody on my channel would care. It was over like a year and a half ago when I watched that. God damn it. I wish I had known. Anyway, yeah, you can like and subscribe if you like to subscribe. It really helps. If you noticed, I have like basically the same amount of subs as I do videos. So I've been putting the time in, but people don't like me. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I'll talk to you guys later. Again, highly recommended. Also, if you have a nice zoo that feels like it's supporting the animals and not exploiting them, go visit it with your niece. It'll be a fun time. All right. Have a nice day. Do not get involved in crime, as it is a downward spiral.